Todd Bowles just lost his job. There's no way. There's no way that the Glazers can keep him around another season after that. We just watched Kirk Cousins put up almost 400 yards. We watched the Falcons penalize themselves over 100 yards. I think it was 19 penalties, something to that effect. 19 penalties, over 100 yards. And you mean to tell me that we're going to lose on a last-second kick because our defense can't stop a slug? How can you call yourself a defensive guru and you can't do anything to stop anyone? Kyle Pitts had 3 touchdowns. You know when the last time Kyle Pitts had 3 touchdowns? When he was here. What are we doing? I'm glad. I'm glad this has happened. I admit it. I've been firing Bowles since we were 5-1. I don't care. I'm done with him. I'm done. There's nothing left to salvage from the Todd Bowles experiment. He is not a good head coach. He was not a good head coach in New York. He's not a good head coach here. There's nothing left to discover. Okay? You cannot be putting subpar talent against some of the best players in the league. Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan and Tristan Wirfs came back tonight. Tristan Wirfs only missed a week. But you had 4 number 1 receivers playing for Tampa tonight. And don't sit there and tell me that they couldn't all be number 1s. All of them. Evans, Godwin, McMillan, and Ibuka are number 1 receivers on more than half of the teams in the league. You have 4 of them, and you can only put up 28 points against Atlanta's defense. Atlanta? You don't have any more excuses. You're not injured anymore. You're not hurt anymore. Somebody tell me. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I've been wrong this whole season. Tell me that I'm the asshole. I'm the one who is not the real fan. Sure, I'm not a real fan because I want the team to be successful. The NFC South is a joke division. You used to be able to joke about the NFC least. Not anymore. Now it's the NFC South, man. We are trash. The whole division is just a dumpster fire. We let 2 offensive coordinators walk out of here in the last 2 years and become head coaches. And one of them's going to win the NFC South, and the other one's going to win the AFC South. So, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I am livid. That our defense can't stop anything. And don't tell me it's a talent issue, because these guys are not sitting there flat-footed falling on the ground. They're being coached this way. They're being told this. This was necessary, I think, to finally get rid of Todd Bowles and potentially Jason Light. Like, Jason Light is not on any cooler of a seat than Todd Bowles is at this point. After doing nothing at the trade deadline, after dealing with all these injuries, you have nothing but problems. The team is not motivated, because Todd Bowles has all the fire of a baked potato. I'm done. I'm done. This season is over. It's a wrap. It was fun. Anyone. Who are you going to hire instead of Bowles? Literally anyone. Go find a homeless man on Dale Mabry. Give him a clipboard. Don't even give him a clipboard. Give him a Waffle House menu. We continue to never win in these fucking uniforms, by the way. Like, that's just so awesome. Good thing they look good. Good thing. Oh, it's so cool. It's so awesome. We're going back to the 70s. Yeah, we sure as fuck are. I want this team to do well. This team has a lot of talented guys on it. I understand that a lot of them are getting old, you know. Evans and Godwin are getting up there. Vita Vea is getting up there. Vontae is getting up there. AWJ is getting up there. The only young guy to step up, the young guys that are stepping up was Ibuka and McMillan. But McMillan's been hurt all year. So, like, who on the defense? You know, is Kalijah Cansey any good? I don't know. He's started less than half the games that he's been in the league for. He's been hurt the whole time. I mean, Servassier Dennis isn't any good. He was out tonight, and the defense dramatically improved. Not much, but still. A lot of bad calls in this game. But you can't sit there and tell me that Atlanta can give you 100-plus penalty yards and you can't do anything against them. You can't stop them at all. It's Kirk Cousins. Did you hear who it was? It's Kirk Cousins. The guy who put up 500 yards against us. Ugh. I'm watching that last field goal right now. And you had 9 guys on the line and 2 of them just doing jumping jacks. I'm sorry. Why are you not trying to murder someone's face? You're sitting there going, hey, like you're going to distract somebody who's making $1 million fucking dollars to kick that ball. Our defense is bad. Our special teams is bad. Josh Broussard doesn't look like a complete moron now that he has some decent receivers out there. But still, like, why do we have no 4-minute offense? None whatsoever. We can't burn clock to save our lives. We had a 14-point lead at one point. Do we forget that? We had a 14-point lead. We let them score. We stopped the 2-point conversion, so now we have an 8-point lead. We're still there. They score again. They don't get the 2-point conversion again. We still have the lead. We allowed 2 touchdowns and still had the lead, and still the offense could not hold on to the ball. What else are we supposed to do? If Todd Bowles comes back next year, I don't know what else to say. You know, you fire Dungy after winning seasons. Gruden had that serious come apart after starting 9-3. But I understand ownership's hesitancy to bring in somebody else because then you have the parade of Raheem Morris, who just beat us, and then you have the Lovie Smith, the Dirk Cutter, the Greg Schiano, all that mess. But you also had a lot of bad general managers in that decade or so. there are guys out there. Don't sit there and tell me that there's nobody out there that can be a good head coach. You're about to have 14 teams in the playoffs. That's 14 offensive coordinators. That's 28 coordinators, give or take a few. You know, pick somebody. We've got to do better. We have got to do better, and I don't know how else we're supposed to do better when we're not doing anything at all. You let the Saints and the Falcons come into your house. They got the stats up. It was 2024 week 5. Cousins went 42-58 for 509 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Tonight he did 370 some odd yards. And I'm sure they're about to talk to him. He's sitting there all sitting next to Fitzpatrick. Ugh. It's awful. Awful. But it had to be done. It had to be done because if this team would have won this game and split with Carolina and won or lost with Miami, don't really matter at that point. If they'd have backed into the playoffs, they'd have had a wild card game at home, and the Glazers have been like, all right, cool, see you next year. We have to miss the playoffs. We have to miss the playoffs to make sure Todd Bowles is gone. Todd Bowles, Josh Grizzard, they have to go. They have to go. Jason Light, maybe you give him another shot because Light was. I don't think Light was very instrumental in Todd Bowles becoming the head coach. That's just my personal belief. I think that decision was made for him, but I could be wrong. That's just reckless speculation. What can you do? The highlights. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts had 3 touchdowns. 11 receptions, 168 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. I wish I could see what the odds are for Kyle Pitts to go over 2.5 touchdowns tonight was. I'm sure it was plus 2,000, so I'm sure there's some guy out there who put a buck on that who's just so excited right now. Oh. By the way, I bet on the Falcons tonight. Secret time. Yep, I had the Falcons to win. I know my Bucs. I know my primetime Bucs. I'm not happy about it. I don't like it. Like, it's not a. It's a bad time, Bob. Like, what can you do? What I can do is finish this beer and go to bed because I have to go to work tomorrow, and I'm gonna get ridiculed by all my football fans. Here goes B. John Robinson talking about Kirk Cousins is the greatest ever and Kyle Pitts is the greatest ever, and yeah, I think we can be done now. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and yeah. Thanks Bucs for making sure that all of my initial content is really, really bummed out. I'm so appreciative of that. But maybe one day when I have more than 2 subscribers, it'll have some happy moments. Right now, it's not going so well. So maybe next time. See ya.